Hello, welcome to my very first budget breakdown video. Today is January 5th and I just got my very first paycheck of 2023. I'm really excited because I have been so anxious to film this video. You guys have no idea. So in my previous video, I went a little more into detail about my life, but for the new viewers, I want to say hi. My name is Bella. I am a single mom of a young boy under 10. I work in automotive and I'm paid bi-weekly. And so since I'm paid bi-weekly, every amount that I budget will be meant for 2 weeks. Yeah. And also, so I really want to make sure I try to stay as transparent with you guys as I possibly can. And therefore, if anything comes up that is going to affect my funds in any way, I want to try to tell you guys about it. So for example, today, January 5th, the Canadian government actually offers a grant. It's not a grant. What is it? It's like it's a payment. It's called the GST, and it's supposed to help level out some of the taxes that they take off of our paycheck, every paycheck. So for me, it's $180 and it comes out once every 4 months. It's quarterly, which means it comes out once every 3 months. Other things that I get every 3 months are the climate action plan, which I think is a little over 100, and Trillium. Oh, Trillium's monthly. I have no idea what it is, but I get it. And it's $33 a month for me. And then on the 20th of every month, I get the Canadian child benefit. So because I have a child under the age of 18, I get money from the government to help keep him alive and stuff. So, okay, so you see all these fancy tools in front of me. But here's the thing. I wanted to treat this almost kind of like a budgeting tutorial. So if you've budgeted before, that's great. You might recognize something like this. But if you are not exactly, if you're new, if you're not exactly conditioned to budgeting, then this might scare you a little bit. It doesn't have to. I want to tell you, you don't have to have any of this stuff, binders included, to start budgeting, especially not cash budgeting. A couple paper envelopes and a piece of plain paper, piece of lined paper can be all you need. These are just kind of extra steps that I personally have taken for organization. So we'll start with this. This is my planner for 2023, and I like having it because I can literally write in everything. So my paycheck comes in this day, the 5th, and so I get to look between this payday and the next payday and see what all is happening between the two. So for instance, I know that today I have a bill due, as well as I'm getting funds from the government. I also have a bill due on the 6th, which is tomorrow. I also have a hockey game coming up on the 14th. My son goes back to school starting on the 9th, and unfortunately I go back to work. And then I have the Trillium benefit coming in on the 10th, and that's about $33 for me. Like I said, on the 13th, I have the climate action plan, and that's just a touch over $100 for me. When that comes out, I'll tell you for sure how much it is. But so, and then I don't have it written in here, but on Friday, I'm also taking my son bowling. So I've actually added that into my fun stuff too. So since we have all this, all kind of like, we know what, it's all at our fingertips. We know, like, I know my son will be with me this weekend. He'll be at his dad's this weekend, that kind of thing. And also one thing that's going to be changing as well is yesterday, I had an appointment with my dentist because I'm going to be getting the Invisalign trays to help straighten some of my teeth. And so that is going to be a new expense. It will be monthly, but I don't know what it is yet. I have to wait until they do all their back and forth to figure that out. So once that happens, that's going to be a whole new expense, and it's probably going to have its own it might be an online thing. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Okay, so I've already written down what my bills are and all of that, so I know what's coming up. I know what's happening. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, so now I have this here budgeting workbook, which the pages are pretty simple, self-explanatory. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I do it without the binder. Then I'm going to transfer it all to here. This is just gonna be my budgeting. I'm gonna do my cash stuffing. I'm gonna go to the bank as soon as I'm done. I don't have a car right now, so I'm gonna wait until my mom is home and I can take her car. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm gonna show you guys like how I do or how I did budgeting back in the day, and then I will just transfer it all over here. Okay, so we're gonna move this out of the way like that. And so we're gonna go back to the basics, and we're gonna go straight for this little piece of paper and a pen. That's literally all you need to do your budget. Plus, like, you need to know what your expenses are. You need to know what your income is. And yeah, that's pretty much what you need. Okay, so personally, I always start by writing the date at the top, just because, I don't know, it gets my pen warmed up, I guess. So personally, I like to start by writing what my income is. So we had work, and the total amount that I got for work, because I ended up missing 3 hours due to weather. They sent us home during a blizzard. That's what we got for Christmas, a blizzard and less hours of work. But so I got $1,294.37. What I'm going to do is I'm going to round that down, because I'm not going to pull change out. That's just a waste of my time, waste of space in my wallet. So I'm going to just write down $1,290. And then for GST, which is a credit from the government, that for me is $180. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add these up. Okay, so it comes to $1,470. All right, so now that we know what kind of money we have to work with, we're going to start talking about our bills. All right, so first and foremost, I have my rent, which I pay like I said, it's very cheap, because she's not trying to leave me bankrupt. She's trying to help me. So rent is $150 twice a month. And then we have childcare, and that is $60 this time around, because she only had him on the 19th to the 22nd, because it was holidays for me. And then phone bill, which is $90. Then we have, so I have my childcare, which is before school, and then we have the after school program for January, which watches them after school, because I'm not done work until 20 minutes after he's out of school. And that is $140 for the month. Then I always like to put a good $200 on my credit card. When I have Audible and stuff like that coming out, it's usually higher, but because I have paused Audible for the time being, 200 should do it. We're just trying, like, honestly, I have $3 on my credit card that's available, and a $3,000 limit. So I've got a long way to go to pay that off. Every step counts. And then I've got my tax-free savings account, which is automatically $100 comes out, and it goes into an account that I personally cannot touch without doing paperwork. So it really makes me think twice. And currently there's like 200 in that, because I took a bunch out for Christmas. I took $600 out for Christmas, guys. And I think a lot of it actually went into my car, which ended up dying anyway. Okay, and then I've got my sister, because like I said in the last video, we have our floating 30 deal. And what that is she gets paid on the opposite week as I do. And if you hear a sound, it's because the cats can open the basement door. Yes, they're crazy talented. It's insane. But yeah, so every paycheck, since we get paid on opposite weeks, when I get paid, I send her 30. When she gets paid, she sends it back, basically. And one more thing I put on here is bank fees, because my bank is actually an hour away. And so I have to use the banks in the area, which are RBC and CIBC. And depending on how much I take out, I have to go to 2 separate bank machines, because they have a $400 limit on each of them per day. So now that we've got these numbers here, what we're going to do is we're going to add them up. So 150 plus 60 plus 90 plus 140 plus 340 equals 780. Okay, so then we're going to subtract that from 1,470. So we've got 690 to go. All right, so what these here are, all of these uptown numbers, are my online payments. Because whether it's an e-transfer or a bill, or if it's taken automatically, these are all done between my bank account and someone else's account. So they're all done online. Therefore, it's all cash I will never see. So $780 I will never look at. It's just gone. Just as soon as I wake up, first thing I do is get rid of it. It's gone. The bank fees kind of takes itself away. So yeah, that's that. Okay, and then we move on to our actual expenses. So we start with gas. So, as you guys may know, I currently do not have a car. However, that is not going to affect how much I drive because I'm still going to take my mom's car. So I always budget $150. That gives me $75 each week. And I do drive that much because I typically go once a week to see my sister, which that's an hour drive. So 150 is usually good right now because I'm sharing a vehicle with my mother. I'm expecting that I won't be covering all of the gas that goes in it. But like I said, she helps me out. I help her out. So kind of works. All right. So then we've got groceries. And that's the same thing. For my son and I, I'm not much of a meat eater, so if I was to eat more meat, that number would probably be a lot higher. But the only time I really buy meat is if I'm going to be making a stir fry, I'll buy chicken, or if I'm going to be making like chili, I'll buy hamburger. But I don't generally buy a whole lot of meat. I do a lot of produce, and my son really likes pogos and stuff like that, which are the really expensive thing. But so with groceries, I typically try to stick to $75 a week. And if I do decide that I'm going to make a larger dish such as chili or stir fry or whatever the case may be, then like I did last week, then I'll add a little bit of extra, obviously, to accommodate that. It's all about kind of just thinking ahead a little bit. Like, I haven't made the chili yet. It was on my list, so I got everything for it so I can make it probably tomorrow. Honestly, I'll make a big pot of chili and have that for a couple days. So yeah, groceries, $75 a week generally works for us. Okay, so then we have fun, because I am taking my son bowling tomorrow. So I don't know how much it's going to cost for just him and me, but I assume we'll probably also go out for supper. So I'm going to put $100 in the fun account. And then whether I decide to carry over anything left over or, you know, just leave it, we'll have to see. Okay, so after fun, we've got kiddo. Okay, so he has his own account because this account is going to be funding, basically, hopefully, anyway, if he needs new clothes, if he needs new shoes, if he needs something for school. Right now, he's got a birthday party coming up. So we're going to be having a birthday party, and that's going to be expensive. But his allowance is also going to come out of this. So I'm going to make it $55 because $5 is going to be coming out of my wallet to go into his. So therefore, I'm going to budget that into his envelope. It's not money I'm going to physically give to him. It's money that will go towards his. This one will basically mostly be funded on the 20th because the child tax benefit, I feel like that is mostly money for him. So that'll be going towards, obviously, essential things, but it'll mostly be going towards him. The only reason why I put this much money in it now is because his birthday party is in a month, and the venue alone is $85. So we'll have to, and plus I have to get him a gift as well, and I don't know if that's gonna, anyway. Then I'm going to go to Dine Out, and this is going to pay for myself, my son, my sister, my niece, my brother-in-law. Typically, we generally will order just like a pizza or two, which is typically around 30 bucks. Because when I get paid, I cover a meal when we're together, and when she gets paid, she covers the meal when we're together. So plus when I get paid, I cover Starbucks when we're together, and then when she gets paid, she covers it. So I'm gonna put 65 just to even this number out, and then we'll move on. Pets. Okay, so I have dogs, cats, and fish. So my mother and I have all kind of come together on this, and so typically I'll either buy the big bag of dog food or the big bag of cat food, and then we both buy some cans of canned food. So I think I'm gonna be doing dog food this round and the canned cat food, so I've budgeted for $40 for that. So then these here are my bills for right now, so we're gonna add those up. So we got what, 3, 4, 55, what? 400 plus 55 plus 65 plus 40. So then we've got 560. And we'll take that away from the 690. So that gives us 130 left. And then we can start focusing on some of our other bills, or some of our other envelopes. So something that I didn't do, my sister and I are actually going to the casino. It's my first time ever going, so it's not like it's a really bad habit, but I'm gonna put in personal. I told her that I'm only gonna be using $30. And then the extra 100, I think, will be split between vacay and emergency. Because I think it's a good thing to do. And if I don't win anything at the casino, at least it was budgeted money, and it's not going to set me back at all. All right, so the next thing we have to do is figure out how we're going to do our bills. So we're gonna go like this. Okay, so we have category, then we got 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s. Category 5s. It's really messy, but that is fine because I'll rewrite it later. And it's just gonna have a little number next to it anyway. Okay, so the reason why I don't put hundreds is because the $100 bills are, first of all, like almost no one takes them, and second of all, they've got a very high amount of counterfeit bills in Canada, and the last thing I want is to get stuck at a restaurant unable to pay because someone ripped me off. So anyway, so we've got for gas, because I like to divide it between 2 weeks, I like to do, so it's 150, so I do 2 50s, that's 100, 2 20s, that's 40, and 2 5s, so that's 150. Same with groceries, exactly the same, 2, 2, and 2. All right, then for fun, we're gonna do, let's do 2 50s. I think that'll just be easiest. For kiddo, because I need a $5 bill, so I'm gonna do 1, 1, and 2. All right, for dine out, we need 65, so we'll do 150, 110, and 1 5. And then for pets, we're gonna do 40. So we'll just do 2 20s. For personal, I have 30. So I'm gonna do 120, 110. For vacay, we're going to do just a 50. And then for emergency, I'm actually gonna change this for 1 second because I actually do have a challenge going on. I have like the 100 envelope challenge going on. I actually started it before Christmas. That's why I didn't bother mentioning it, but I do like to throw in a little bit when I can, and I think I'll be able to here. So I'm going to do emergency for 40. So that's 2. And then we'll do envelope, a 10. So then we're gonna put down here, total. So 2, 4, you need 4 $5 bills. $10 bills, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 20s. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. And 50s, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that is 20, 40, 400. Excuse my brain. 220. Duh. I knew that. So that's 6, 60, 80. That's 680. Is that right? Oh, 690. 20, 40, 60. What didn't I do? Did I miss one? Gas, groceries, fun, kiddo, dine, pets, personal, vacation, emergency, envelopes. 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 2, 4, 5, 6. Ha, found it. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, I messed up. My bad. Okay, so we've got 2, 6, 20, 60, 90. 690. Perfect. Okay, so that's 6, that's 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. All right, so now that we have that, that's pretty much it. So now I know when I go to the bank what exactly I need to take out, and then I'll look back at this and I'll sort it out the way I need to. First, I'm going to move all of this into my planner thingy. And I mean, you can watch if you'd like. I'm gonna fast forward through it probably. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, we're just gonna basically do this in a little more of an organized fashion, and I'm just going to transfer my numbers from here. All right, so we've got income 1. We're gonna write in our notes, we need six $5 bills, 4 $10 bills, 11 $20 bills, and 8 $50 bills. So total income was $1,470. Total expenses, so to get that number, we're going to calculate, oh no, okay, I don't think I did this. So 400 plus 55 plus 65 plus 40 plus 30, 50, oh right, 690, I knew that. So then we're going to do 690 plus 780 equals 1,470. Difference, 0. I'm going to take everything out because that's the best way for me not to go off and spend it. So that there is my budget for this pay. It's January of 2023. My budget is apparently 1,470. Now, before you think about, wow, she's leaving herself with absolutely nothing, I do, like I said, on the 10th have $33 coming from the government as well. I have that 100, I think it's like 105 that's coming on the 13th. So I will end up with money in my account again, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do with that when it happens. But for now, this is what I'm working with. So I will be going to the bank tomorrow, and I will take out said cash, and it should be a good time. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you're enjoying this process. This might be a little bit of a shaky video, but it'll only get better, I promise. And yeah, let me know if you guys prefer when I do like the rough one and then move it into the monthly, or if you'd prefer if I just ignored this part. I just really wanted to do this because I didn't want the book to scare anyone off. I didn't want anyone to be like, oh, I don't have that. Oh, this is too advanced. Because you really don't need all the fancy tools. It's going to be just exactly the same with just a piece of paper and some envelopes. But yeah, anyway, you guys will have to let me know if you prefer that I just stick to one or the other. I know this was a mess. I'd love to get one of those cards. That's like the one thing that I'm like, I want to get one of those dry erase cards that I can just change up the numbers and not have to do this nonsense. That's something maybe I'll work on, or even just printing off some charts or something. That's something I'll work on, I promise. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.